Getting older is automatic. Getting better is not. If you're going to get better, you have to become intentional. We literally go through life thinking that somehow the experiences of life itself will cause us to grow in our personal life. If you and I are going to get better, it's because we are intentional in our life. You see, intentional living, what it does is it takes good intentions and turns them into good actions. If you and I are going to grow, we have to grow on purpose.
Vision can become blurry, and so you have to watch what you think you saw. There are times things happen in your life when it feels like you failed. You didn't fail. You got a lesson. But the lesson won't be understood until later in life, and you look back and say, I needed that thing happen to me so that I could become who I am today. It may not feel like it, but you can't understand what isn't brought into focus because your imagination is limited to what's in front of you. You have to get a purview, something bigger than what's in front of you, and see life as segments, that the opening scene, the credits might be playing, but what's inside of me is a movie, a masterpiece, something that I must remember that I'm not a role player, but I am that star. And the more that I rise, the more I orbit and set an atmosphere around me of people with the same mindset. Stop believing just what you see and start writing the scenes yourself.
We have to constantly ask ourselves the uncomfortable questions. I mean, is the world better for me having been in it? And if the last few years have taught me anything, is that rather than change the world to better suit our needs, how can we change ourselves to better suit the world that we all live in? Thoughtfully examine the roles we play and how to best be of use and to be of service.
It don't happen overnight. And there's gonna be moments when it's really, really frustrating, and there's gonna be moments when it's really, really inspiring and empowering. And if you get too high off the highs and too low off the lows, you know, you're gonna take yourself on a ride that's very, very uncomfortable. I think it's just about being committed to the work and appreciating it, you know, when it's good, and not stressing too bad when it's bad, just appreciating the work and staying focused on showing up every day.
Let me ask you a question. If you were able to stand in someone else's shoes and look back at yourself, are you someone you would admire? If the answer is yes, then congratulations. But if the answer is no, why not?
A setback is a hidden opportunity for learning or redirection. The story isn't over. This chapter is simply setting up the next one. That's a beautiful thing. The story is not over. We just have to set up for the next chapter. In that setup phase, some things have to happen. You're gonna have to be pressured, pushed a little bit, maybe thrown around, because we're setting you up for the next chapter. And that's not an easy process, but we don't want ease. And I'm always gonna repeat this. We do not want ease. We want growth. We want evolution, right? We want healing. We wanna be better. So understand what comes with that. Challenge, adversity, discomfort, setbacks, maybe sometimes heartbreak, failure, but we embrace it all with the right perspective, with the right attitude, and with a grain of salt, because we understand that everything that is happening to us is also happening for us. Come on, everything that is happening to us is also happening for us.
The greatest challenge of tomorrow's success is today's success. And the only way that I can keep reaching my potential is to give up today something so I can have something greater tomorrow. Your life is a series of trade-offs. Everything that you need in life and everything that you want in life, but you don't have it, the reason we don't have it is because it's outside of our comfort zone. So what do we have to do? We have to get out of our comfort zone. Trade-offs are all about getting out of your comfort zone. And the higher you go, the higher the price.
The biggest regret of the dying is never becoming your ideal self. I do believe that we're thrust in a world that we don't fit in. And I believe the journey is that a lot of people sell you a bill of goods along the way. That if you get some awards, you mean something. You go to a certain school, you got it. You got the right zip code, and you swim through all that filthy swill until you come to the really, really stark conclusion that I want to leave this earth becoming who I know deep within I am supposed to be. That it transcends status.
The wounds others have left behind are part of your story, but they're not the whole story. You get to decide how this chapter ends. Do you let the pain define you, or do you let it refine you? Do you let the heartbreak harden you, or do you let it teach you? Do you let the wound fester, or do you let it heal? You have the pen in your hand. You have the power to write a new chapter, one where the pain doesn't hold you back, but pushes you forward. One where the heartbreak doesn't close you off, but opens you up to something greater.
Life happens. The unexpected, the uncalled for, the unintentional.
It may be your business. It may be your heart that is broken today. It may be the number in your bank account that is screaming, "You are broke."
We've been damaged emotionally, damaged spiritually.
You can break physically, you can break mentally, you can break your heart, you can break your spirit, and all of those are gonna leave a mark. But the mark that they leave can be the mark of victory, or it can be the mark of defeat.
It's who you listen to. Because I think right now, you are walking through a valley between two voices. One is wisdom, one is worry. One is gratitude, one is grumbling. One is blame, one is faith. It is staying with the breaking that produces the blessing. It is not what you go through that determines where you end up.
Because every time you break, and in every way that you break, while it's a chance for you to give up and for you to fall apart, but there's also opportunity to get stronger and get smarter and get faster and get tougher and get more stable and get more resilient and get better.
I need you to look at that sickness that's going on in your life right now, whatever it is. I want you to say, I can beat it. I can beat it. I will beat it. I must. I got a family to live for. I ain't through yet. My life ain't over yet. There's some things in life you don't need no degree for. You don't need no money for it. You don't need no support for it. There's some things in life you just gonna get through when you tell yourself, I'm gonna get through this.
The fight isn't over. The fight is just beginning. You have the opportunity to show the world what you are really made of. And as you crawl up and out of that dismal and wretched place, as you rise above what you were, and as you take the form of who you are supposed to be, you will see that in the very act of standing up, in the very act of fighting on, you will become and you will remain unbroken.